today I'm going to be attempting to give y'all an eyebrow tutorial, at least on how I do my eyebrows, because I do have thicker, fuller brows, so I don't do them the traditional pomade type of way. So if you'd like to see how I do my brows, then keep on watching. Alright, so I brought y'all in close so y'all can see what I'm doing. As you can see, my eyebrows have an okay shape. They could use some plucking, but I used to pluck my eyebrows in high school, but I don't do them anymore. I really haven't tweezed or shaved anything for my eyebrows since high school, and that was like 3 years ago. So these are pretty much how my natural brows look now. So I'm gonna comb them. I have this spoolie from an old mascara, and I'm going to just comb them upwards. And I've decided today to make my brows look a little bit more neat, so I don't have to use as much concealer. So I have this eyebrow razor that I got from Walmart, and then we're going to just shave off any hairs that aren't needed. I don't think I have many, but let's get them out of here anyway. And now I'm going to trim down my long hairs because I literally haven't trimmed them in like a year or so. Just because my natural brows aren't really that bad, so I really just let them do their own thing. But I have these scissors. I'm pretty sure these are cuticle scissors, but since they're curved, they make them easier to get into the little hairs. So I use these for my eyebrows. So what we're gonna do is brush them upwards. And now I'm going to take this Anastasia Clear Brow Gel just to help them stay in place a little bit easier. And we're gonna trim them. One hand. We're gonna push them up. In with the other hand. Snip, snip. Just like so. Now, if you're not very hand-eye coordinated, I would recommend using a hand-held mirror for this part, just so you don't cut off anything unnecessary. And what I used to do, I used to brush them downwards and cut them like that too. I don't know if I want to do that today, because then my brows won't be as full as they are. But yeah, if you want thinner brows, you can also brush them down and trim them that way too, and your brows won't be as dark or as full. But I'm going to leave mine, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing I did on this eye to the other eye, and I'll be back. Okay, now I've cleaned up both brows. Now it's time to fill them in. I'm gonna use my Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette, and I'm going to take this dark brown shade next to the black. This is the shade Soda Pop. This is the shade I always use to do my eyebrows. because I don't bother buying brow products. Because for me, eyeshadow works just as good. And I like to start from the arch of the tail down. And then just gradually fill it in. Oh, and also, I use this angle brush, but it has a thicker surface to it. Like, I don't like using the really thin angled brushes because they don't pick up a lot of product and it'll take you longer to do your brows. So this one is fairly used. I've had this one for years. This is the only brush that I use for my eyebrows, so it's pretty well conditioned for this. And then I take whatever is left on the brush just on the bottom of the arch and then bring it upwards like so, just like that. I'm gonna take my spoolie and I just rub back and forth and rub it up just to get it blended as nice and even as possible. And then I just go back in and fill in any gaps I feel like need to be filled. Just like that. Brush through again. Just so you don't have any like build up on your eyebrows. And then I'll take my finger and just brush it upwards like that. And that's pretty much how I do it. Now we're gonna clean up this brow with concealer. Now to clean up my brows, I like to use a thicker concealer. And the perfect concealer for your brows, or at least for my brows, is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. To carve out underneath my brows, I use the shade Cool Tan. And I'm going to just lay it on like so. Just like that. And then I go in with my concealer brush. This is an e.l.f. concealer brush. I just make it neat. Take your time doing this because doing your eyebrows are like so frustrating. At least for me, I hate doing my eyebrows because it takes me forever, it feels like. It can either take me 2 seconds or 2 years to do my eyebrows. So I definitely don't do my eyebrows every day. Okay, and that is the bottom. Now for the top, I like to use concealer that's closer to my skin shade so it doesn't look like my eyebrows are floating off of my face. So we're gonna use the Cool Tan one again. And with that one, we're gonna mix in the shade Espresso. This one's a little darker. This one's a little lighter. So when you mix them together, they give me a pretty good shade. I'm gonna just mix a little bit on the back of my hand, like so. And this is the part that really makes or breaks your brow, at least for me. So I like to be very careful, and my edges is really close to that. And I just curl straight lines. almost like doing a triangle. And then smooth out the arch. Now to blend out my concealer, I usually had like a concealer blending brush, but I have no idea what happened to it. So I'm gonna just use my beauty blender, but using a like concealer buffing brush is a lot easier than using a beauty blender or a sponge, just because you have a little bit more control and you can see what you're doing, because the brush is smaller. As with a beauty blender, they're bigger, so you can, you know, blend out things that you didn't mean to blend out and mess up your brow. And then for the front edge of my brow, I just tap in like this with the concealer. Okay, so the tail on my brow is looking a little skinny, so we're going to just go back in with the powder and thicken it up, because I don't like to have super skinny brows. Now my brow is a little bit more arched than I would like, so I'm gonna go back in with my concealer in the shade Cool Tan underneath. What I'm going to do is take that and bring it outward. Just cut out the whole bottom piece, like so. There we go. That's how I like it. Okay, this brow is looking really good. To finish up, I'm gonna go back in with my clear brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills, just to lock them in place. Carefully brush through, and voila, the perfect brow. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the other brow is on. They both look really good. This is probably the best my eyebrows have looked in a long time. They don't look exact, but that's as close as they're gonna get. All right, y'all, so that's how I do my eyebrows. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to get more videos from me, and yeah.